What's up, guys? This is Coco. Yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I was like, oh, maybe I should write out a little bit of what I want to say, or like some talking points or whatever. But I'm in a pretty good mood right now, so I figured I'd just talk it out. So I'm not smoking weed anymore, at least not chronically. I guess I just wanted to talk about like my experience smoking weed and like why I'm stopping and what it's been like to stop. I started smoking weed in like 2021 during COVID. I started dating this girl. She was a marijuana smoker. And once I started smoking it, like, it was awesome. I'm gonna be real. I really liked it. Being high felt great. It was cool. I just liked it because it like made me all funky up in the head, and it was fun to get all funky up in the head. And it was fun at first, but like I found that I always had access to it, and I just always smoke it. And then the effects don't really hit you the same anymore. And then for me, it started actually causing me anxiety. What lots of people do it for, and what I used to do it for, was like it gets rid of your anxiety. But after a time, it started to cause me anxiety, and like, I don't know why I would keep doing it when it causes me anxiety. I think that's just what an addiction is. And let me talk on addiction real quick. People say that you can't be addicted to weed. False. I think that is very false. Sure, you might not be able to have a physical addiction to it like you can to other drugs, where you'll have like physical withdrawal symptoms after not smoking, but you can definitely have a mental dependency on it. And like, I don't know, when I wouldn't be smoking, like everything was just normal, right? And I was actually a little below baseline pretty much all the time. But then anytime like I would think about the fact that I'm about to smoke weed, or someone would bring up weed or something, I would feel myself get like automatically happier and more excited at the thought of it. Like my mood would change to be more elevated pre-smoking the weed, which I think that's just what addiction is right there. Like I was just so excited to do it. And it was hard because every time I would smoke weed, like it was lame. Like it sucked. Like it made me anxious, and just it made me faded afterwards. So everything, like I lost all my motivation, and I wouldn't be able to do anything for the rest of the day. But I would continue to do it because I would continue to be like, well, maybe next time if I'm in a different situation, like it'll be better. It'll be like the first few times. But it never was. Like I'd take a break for a few weeks and then do it, and then sometimes it'd be kind of like those first few times, but never really. So just the hope that it would be like that again, even when I kind of knew that it wouldn't. It's like my brain tricking me, my brain really convincing me that it's going to be better this time. And it really damaged my life in a lot of ways. I think I closed myself off to a lot of opportunities because of it. I think like the way that it kills your motivation. I'm a very motivated, high energy person, so doing something like that just isn't good for my lifestyle. And I think it altered or irreversibly damaged many of my friendships, definitely some of my romantic relationships. I remember even romantic partners telling me straight up that it did that, and even knowing that, I would still be like, well, what do they know? Or like, whatever, which is really sad. It makes me sad to think about right now. And it's been hard over the last few weeks to not smoke. It's easier because I moved out of the house that I lived in last, and the last place that I lived in, massive stoner house. Like the two guys that I lived with both smoked weed. And when you're around other people that smoke weed just every day, you're just going to be like, why not smoke weed? Like smoke weed every day type thing, So I'm kind of glad to be out of that environment. I miss those guys and I still hang out with them every once in a while, but I'm glad to be out of that environment because it makes it easier to not smoke. Um, I've hung out with them like 2 or 3 times since I moved out, and every single time I'm there, they they offer me weed, and it's like they won't even offer it yet. They'll just like bring it out and get ready to roll, and already my mind is like wanting to partake so bad, even though I'm trying to not. And like it makes me like antsy because I want to do it, but I'm trying so hard not to do it, and like so then it just like raises my heart rate almost just being near it. And then they'll offer and I'll be like, no, I'm okay, because like I'm really trying to not. And then like after a few minutes of not doing it, then I'll be okay and not have that super strong desire to do it anymore. So it's really hard, but I'm proud of myself for not doing it because I think it's just not good for me. I think maybe I'll do it every once in a while. See, maybe that's my addict brain talking. I don't even know. But definitely not being a chronic smoker anymore. I remember when it was really bad is when I had a weed pen. I went from smoking 1 cart every 2 weeks to 1 cart every week to 2 carts a week. And it's just crazy seeing that and how it goes up like that. And it wouldn't even have the same effect on me anymore, and I'd be smoking so much more. And yeah, so weed addiction, I think, is real, at least for me. I have a very highly addictive personality. So it's hard for me to not do things like that. And that's why I stay away from other types of drugs, because I know that I would get addicted to them very easily. So I have to have like a modicum of discipline to not do it. I'd rather get addicted to good things like waking up early and eating good and going to the gym and stuff. So yeah, I do want to say I don't think it's that girlfriend that I started smoking weed with. I don't think it's her fault or anything. I think I'm an addict, and it would have happened no matter who introduced me to it. So no hate to you, girl. I appreciate you. But yeah, no more weed for me.